Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning. Shivraj, good morning. Tushar, morning. Manika, good morning. Good morning, Praji. Team is taking rest today. Thakur King, good morning. Where are others? Here, Nishan, good morning. Happy Saturday. Morning, team. Saturday. Are you ready? Do you have anything to ask related to the security role? Are we good? Or let's discuss one or two point related to this dynamic CRM security role. What happen? Suppose there is one scenario. We already discussed security role, level of security. So there are certain query that you need to check in this particular scenario. What types of query we may have? This is just for permutation combination and how you are learning the content. Okay, so suppose if we want to check something like, let me share my screen. Good morning, Nadeem. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so there are some interesting scenario that those we have to cover. Are you able to see my screen? Let me open security settings and all. Meanwhile, security, field level security, we already discussed or not? security role. Okay, so there are some interesting fact here that we would like to discuss here. Where are others? Okay, can you ask Abhishek and other team members also to join here so that they also can understand? Jipti, good morning. Manu, and even cameras, and even Vishal, everyone here, they can join. I think if they have to listen this one, so they can have more visibility also. Maybe they know how to utilize, but they also need to understand those scenarios. Let me know once they join. Okay. So suppose this is the test environment. Lead. So permission here is custom here. What happens, suppose if a user is having less read permission, right? User level permission, but they have organization level write permission. So what happen? Is this relevant or what they can do here? Even they don't have proper read permission for all the record. All the record means, suppose yesterday I think I closed that one. There is one record, suppose one record is here. So suppose here owner, and here is a BU, business unit, and maybe there might be a number of record. I'm not writing those record name here. I can see 6 7 record are here. Okay, owner here maybe Sunil Kumar, BU maybe Noida. Maybe we may have two record here. We may have Rohit. Maybe he is from Noida. Maybe so he is from Delhi location. Rohan maybe from Mumbai location. So what will happen? So this is in different location, and here maybe I will add one more record. Yogendra from Noida. Okay. So here we have different business unit, and suppose each user is having read permission at user level. Suppose lead record. So what will happen? This user, if Sunil Kumar is logged in from his login and ID, so he can see their own record because he is part of this particular BU, and he is having only those record which is he is having user of those record. It means 1 and 2 record he is able to see. What he has right permission at organization level. So what happened? So what is the permutation or what is the combination here? Can he edit those record or modify those record because he had right permission at organization level? So it means he can edit all those record. So is there any possibility he can edit? or not? Tell me, he can or not? Because he is not able to see other record, so how he can edit the other records? He is able to read permission only those record. So even if he is not able to read those record, then how he can edit those record? So whenever we are designing our security role, so we should understand all those scenarios. Like even if we have given, only read permission for this particular level, so how we are giving right permission at organization level? What it mean? Either those scenario comes into the pictures only whenever we are doing some backend operation, but in the UI level this should not be the right. But even the reverse manners, like if here we can give read permission at the organization level but write permission at the user level, that is possible in real scenario. How? Like I can read all the record, I can read all the record associated to this organization. Either it is coming from Noida branch, either from Delhi branch, or from Mumbai branch, or any other branch. I can read all the record, but I have permission to write. It means edit only my own record. I can change my own record only. That scenario is possible in real time scenario. But the reverse one, whatever we are saying, so see here he can read he can read the record, but he cannot write record from others because he cannot read. That is the one permutation combination. Maybe we may have different types of permutation combination here, so you should understand all those items. Hope it's clear. Okay, so now we have different conditions. Like we have controlled user, they can logged in into the system when they have a valid user in dynamic crm. Valid user means they have, or we have created a user and we have given the license in dynamic crm. Licensing part I will cover later, but to log in into dynamic crm, user should have a valid license in dynamic crm, and user is part of the crm active users, and he should have a proper access role. Access role means he should have at least a minimum security role so that he can log in into the system. We required a minimal security role so that he can log in. Without having read permission of other records, how someone can update that? So that's the question. That's why this is not a valid scenario. Correct? Okay. So now we are talking about the second scenario. This is the security role that we have covered. Like we can design the hierarchy of the organization, and we have given permission like is this logged in user, how many entity they can see in UI. Like if I don't want to showcase lead entity to the users, I can give here permission to none, and here none, and also here none. So this entity will be hidden to that particular user. He cannot see this particular entity. Now, I want to remove one more, you know, one more entity like opportunity. So what I have to do? I can search opportunity. Opposite. Okay. Here I can remove create permission. I can remove read permission, and I can remove this permission. Then user is not able to see opportunity as well. Not only here, even in other advanced find activity as well. So I can control access permission with the help of this security role. I can assign the security role to the users. You know how to assign a security role to a user? Any idea? Maybe. Suppose I want to remove system admin role and I have to give this new custom role. So how I can proceed? So I have to go to the users and I have to search to that particular user. Suppose the username, this is the username. So I have to go into manage security role. Someone sometimes we have requirement like, hey, can you remove system admin role to me and give some specific role? So how to perform that one? If user is having direct security role, so we can manage from here. We can search that security role, like here I can remove and I can add any roles. So suppose I want to give test role here, so I can enable here test role and I can remove from here system admin role. I can do that one. So like this I can remove from here system admin, but I don't want to remove system admin role to this users. System administrator, system customizer, and I can save this one. Likewise, I can add and I can remove. I can create a custom security role and I can adjust that security role here. Okay. Now I hope you are aware how to create a security role, how to adjust access level, and how to even hide a entity to remove from a security role. Understood? So here in that manner I can control. Now, the second part here, with the help of security role, I can manage like how many entity they can see, how many, at what level they are able to see the data. But suppose if I have a number of record in this particular record, suppose if a user, because this user is having user level access role of this lead. Suppose these are the lead record. So one person, Rohit has created one record and he is the owner of one lead. So he want to give, and maybe he is part of this particular team. So this person Rohan is having organization level share access. This Sohan is belongs to different BU. He is having share access of all organization level. So he can share any lead to the any other users. So what happened? He has created one lead and he want to share that particular information to this particular user. So I have that capability. Even this record is belongs to this different business unit, and even anyhow I am having BU level access. I can see only Noida related leads, or if I am having user level, so I can see only my user level lead. Still, Sohan has the capability. He can share this particular lead, like this lead number 5. He can share that lead with Mr. Sunil Kumar without giving any access, additional access. Like it is not like I need to create or I need to adjust that record, that security role level. So even at the record level means one specific record. This is the record level. Even I can share that specific record to any other specific user. So what happen if I can control record level access also? I want to control this level, that record level access as well. So I can perform that action. It is not like because I am the part of this Noida team, and even I have that capability. System has that capability. I can share some of the record, some of the selected record to different view users as well. So that capability is calling sharing capability in dynamic CRM that we can control at the record level as well. So security role wise, we have that capability. We can maintain that one at record access level. Record access level, it means either user level or parent child level. Parent child level means suppose here till here, and the BU level till here, and even the different position level, BU level, and even across organization level. We can control. But even at specific record means it is not like every record I have to, I can see from this different view. I can share a specific record. So I can control record level access as well. Not only the ownership level, not only the BU level, not only the parent child relationship level as well. So I can control access based on any specific record level. So that is called record level access permission. Hope if I'm going to assign this one, I cannot assign. It means this record is directly transferred to that particular users. So anyhow, because this record is assigned to me, I am the boss of that particular record. But even this Sohan is having the ownership of this record, still he can share with me that single record only. It could be a single record, it could be a multiple record. That is called record level security model. So what we have now, that entire we can control based on the record ownership level, parent business unit level, and BU level and organization level. And now we have capability to control the access based on the record level. That is the important thing. If you know this security model, you can achieve the security hierarchy security model. If someone say, hey, can you explain dynamic CRM security model? What you understand the dynamic CRM security level? If there is an interview question like, hey, can you explain me what is security model in dynamic CRM? How you can control security level? So you can simply say, I can control the security I can give security access based on the security roles. I can control the record level also, the security. I can share those record. I can even assign those record. And third, even I have that capability. Even if a user is having record level access permission, I can control the column level security as well. Column level security means what it means. Even even a user is having this entire record level read, write, and all read, create, write permission, but I can control one specific field also. Like you cannot perform that action for a specific column. Column means here in the lead level, suppose if we are talking about, you can see name, you can see topic, you can see status region, you can see here created on, and even I can add more column here as well. Like I can add here address and all field. I can add whatever the column we are having here. I can add all the columns here, but even I can see all the record, but I don't want to give access permission for a specific field like actual revenue or actual budget or maybe budget amount. So I can control that one as well. Why? Because suppose our team, our salesperson, our maybe telecaller team, they are continuously working in the lead level. I don't want to show this particular actual revenue field to the telecaller team. Why? Because this is a sensitive information related to the company organization. Any if suppose they are saying, hey, this particular lead is very expensive. Suppose there is a tender related information. Tender related information, you understand that one. If a company is working for a model, like there are government related tenders, they are participating different tenders, and they are even they have some information like the actual amount or actual whatever be the information, how much we are filling that particular information. So we may have a number of record related to the tenders here in the lead entity. Then why I'm showing that information to everyone? Maybe it can be compromised by any team, other team member. So some information may be confidential at any record level. So we can control some of the fields with the help of column level security. So only selected user can read that specific column only. They can work on this particular lead. Even they can edit topic, they can edit first name, they can edit company name, they can perform every other information except those amount related fields. So what they will see here, even if we are enabling the column level security, why we are enabling that one, you understand now. But how to enable this particular things, like I already showcased Monday, I remember that part. But how to actually enable this particular task? Suppose let me try to open a solution and let me enable the revenue in the lead level, actual revenue here, and let's see. Because I am here a system administrator, I can see this information because by default for system administrator I can see this information. But even how to enable this information? Suppose let me open the lead entity here. Oh, it is taking some time. Where is lead? So in the columns we are searching here actual revenue. Suppose we are talking about actual revenue here. Okay, so we can open that actual revenue here and we can simply enable column level security. Where is column level security here? This is the column level security. If you are enabling here column level security, so what will happen? It will not show you the actual value if you are not part of a column level security part. So I will show you there are some column level here. security. So here column level profile. So how to control those parts? Suppose I will show you here. So what happen if we have enabled column level security profile? So we can control those levels, like suppose I can create a group. You can simply say I can create a different types of group. Suppose there is a already group created for system administrator, like this is a super boss system admin profile. System admin profile, that is the predefined. So suppose we are enabling any security role, so it will automatically add here and he can perform any action that system, because he is a system admin. We can control by creating different role. So revenue, actual revenue or revenue, you can see here. Sometimes revenue PRO, revenue profile, maybe we can create here read only. They can see only, read only. We have created one read only, and we can given one more profile who can edit. They can read and even they can edit. Read oblique edit, they can perform this activity. So how to create those profile? So I can control, like I can, if I can add a user into this profile, he can see that record only. If a user is not part of those two profile, even you cannot read that data, you can see only that field value is star star star, like that only. And if you have added that user into this particular profile, you can read that content. And if you have added one user into this particular profile because you have given permission at read and edit, so you can even see that value actual revenue, and you can even edit that one. So here this particular value 2323, you can here is read only, and here read and edit. You can, that user can edit that information. If you are not part of this particular role or in this two role, that field value is showing as star star star. How to create those roles? Suppose I am going to create, and how to even enable add that users. So here those are the some predefined roles. Here system admin. Suppose we have enabled actual revenue one from lead entity here. Even we can check how many tables we have. So where is lead? This one we have enabled. So here we can say read is allowed, update is allowed, and create is allowed for system admin profile. Similarly, we can create our new profile. One profile we have created here, read only. Suppose we have given here read only, save it, read only I can enable here, and which particular field I need to control with the help of this here. So here I can edit this field. Here I have opportunity, I can give here read also. So I'm allowing here only read access. I'm not allowing here update, or I'm not allowing here create. So I'm allowing here read only. So this profile is created. So here, what other option I have here? I can add here user directly. How to add? Click here to add. Like if I have multiple users, I can add here user. So because this is trial environment, I have one user only. So I can add this user here. Similarly, I have maintained different teams, like yesterday we discussed. So I can directly add those team here so that they are part of these groups. They can read that data. Clear? Clear to everyone? So I have a question, man. mapping only work when new record is created. Like, I didn't understand. Babu Mas. Your full name here is, I think this is new one. Babu Mas. Okay, let's discuss maybe later other thing. Yes, clear. How to set field from lead to opportunity after we convert the opportunity. Yeah, that we can. That is part of our other option. Like we have other option, like we can control or we can set that one on different flow as well. Even we can manage that one with the help of plugin as well. So it totally depends. Like even we can control that particular activity with the help of that native flow as well, if we are even converting that one. But plugin is last option. In with the help of plugin we can achieve. That is the final one. Okay, Satyajit Behra, you are from which location? Okay, so we have created this one. So read only we have given. So annual revenue here, if we want to create a new profile here, in this profile I want to give, okay, let's create one more profile here. Create, read and edit. So here user can even create, read and edit, right? So here even they can create that record or that value as well, edit and update. So let's create one more profile. One more profile. Okay, good. So now here we understand this column profile. Now we want to create one more new profile here, and now we are allowing, where is read only edit. Okay, in edit here in the lead level, where is lead currency. We can edit this one, and here we can allow read, and even we can allow modify, update. And here similar way we can add users. So I'm adding these users. So now this, even I have removed this user system admin role, then he has capability to add, oh, modified and read the permission. Similarly, I can create one more profile where I can manage, create, read and modified permission. Similarly, I can create this profile here and I can manage from here. Edit, allowed, allowed, and here I can add teams similarly, or I can add users. So same users. Now this, if, because I have created, now we have created three different roles. So if user is part of this profile only, so he can only read that particular content. So he will able to see this data only, but this is read only mode. He cannot edit. If he is part of this particular profile, security profile role, he can even read that content and even he can edit that content. So even if he is part of different third one profile, third one is he can create that record and he can even perform this particular action. Clear? I hope I have taken some additional time, but this will be clear for everyone without having any issues. If any interviewer, any they are asking any questions, how to create security profile, why we have to create security profile, why these security models even for the field level comes into the picture. Now you understand all those real time scenario. I have given all the information that is required at least to understand these specific models. Hope it's clear. Satyajit, understand? Money, he can record of an entity, like he can create a record. Yeah, why suppose if he has create permission, suppose in the see in this particular one, even this is not completely dependent on the security role. Suppose here where is that role, test profile. Okay, let me open that one once. Okay, here, where is that? Where is security role? Test. Suppose if user level, if user level at because this field is related to lead entity. If we have given you create permission, like if you don't have create permission, then even if you are part of this particular team, what will happen? You cannot create that record. So anyhow, if you are not creating that record, so you cannot even have that option. So if you are not part of this particular team, if you are part of this particular team and at the record level, at the security role level, if you have create permission, then what happen, you are able to create that record, but in this particular field only, that revenue one, you are not creating any value, you are not updating any value. It should be blank or it should be default. It will have a default value in backend. So it totally depends if you are having that record level create permission or not. Because this is across the either user level, parent child level, or business unit level. Even if you are having that record level create permission, so you are controlling this specific actual revenue field only, not the record level. So it is not like this is only one field. You may have similar type of maybe two, three, four different fields. So you can control those field as well. So at this field level only, you are controlling on behalf of those profile. Hope it's clear. Even I have column security backend, I should have security role permission. Correct. If at security role level, you should have a create permission. Then only at record level you are creating. Even if you don't have create permission at the record level, even in the entity level, so even if you are giving any higher level permission, you cannot do anything because here you are controlling only one field. But at record level, like you may have 100 different fields. So if you record level you don't have that permission, so this particular one is not comes into the picture. Clear? If you are listening this one and you are trying to relate those content, those information, then it will add some value addition into your time. You are investing your valuable time here. It is not like you are listening and you are becoming a master here. There is no option here. If you are not, even if you are showing, hey, we are here, we are adding here good morning, and it will add our value addition into our skill set. This never become any option like I can give you any value addition here. You have to spend very value addition time here. You have to exclude your other priority item and then invest your time here. Now we will comes into other topics. If you don't have anything, we have many other things which will include some value addition in your life here. So now data import we already covered, privilege, column level security, security roles, teams. We completely understand. We spend good amount of time here. Now data import we already covered, and now we have to understand auditing. Auditing part. What is auditing? Can someone explain here what is auditing here? Why auditing comes into the picture? Why auditing is very important in any of the enterprise application? If you are here, you have to be here. Just add your, use your fingers here. Be attentive. Anyone have any idea why auditings are important? Why auditings are required? There is no charge to type. You need not to here give some additional charge if you are typing. You need not to use your credit card even to enter something here. Sometimes if we need to create some account, maybe to understand Agio, to understand other things, we have to enter credit card number, and they may send different types of bill maybe. Here, if you are here, you can ask. I am here especially for giving information. Any idea? Or otherwise I will explain you. So data integrity is fine, data integrity is required. Suppose I will give you very basic information here. Suppose for any other organization, any organization, if because if you are working for a very big organization and your application is globally exposed, and there are many people, they are working in different location. So what to do? Suppose if you are working in a lead or opportunity, or you are working in some of the very important information where you need to work, maybe suppose simply very simple, very simple information. Suppose if you have open a account in any of the bank to save your hardcore money. So you have open one account in, suppose, Citibank. You open one account, you submitted your hardcore saved money. Every month you saved 20,000 in your account. So likewise you spend your all your money, maybe after 20 year, 30 year, these amounts become maybe it should be at least one person should have. 20 crore, 2 crore in after 20 years. So this particular amount, suppose you save this particular amount after 20 years, maybe this might be hypothetical. After 20 year of experience, if in one person is doing, they never save that like that much amount, but at least if they are continuously working, so they may have 2 crore equivalent worth in their uh, you know personal life. So suppose if you have that much amount in your account, to manage your account, maybe you have open your account and you have, your personal details like your name, your father name, and maybe your mother name, and maybe your email ID, and maybe mobile number, and maybe some other information, your address and all. So they have given you, because you are a prime customer, you want to avail some additional capability like, hey, I can, I can transfer this particular amount by online, maybe using any app. So I can utilize, your online facility. Maybe I can use my debit card, I can utilize my credit card, and I can pay later. So that level of flexibility most of the bank they are doing. Now suppose here we have Yogendra, maybe they have filling their, multiple information here, and now they have their email ID, and maybe they have their mobile number. So they have to authenticate with the help of this OTP, this mobile number, this registered mobile number, this email ID, and maybe they may have some other information for validation. This is date of birth. So what happen, with the help of this mobile number OTP, we may have different application where we are storing the OTP related information. Now suppose what happen, because this is also a centralized application. Here we want to save, or maybe there might be some possibility, candidate may ask to change all those information. So it is not like if you have created or you have opened one account, you cannot modify all those information even if you have opened. There might be some valid scenario where sometimes you changed that mobile number, you want to update that mobile number, this mobile email ID also need to change for authentication, maybe any other person. So bank has different process to change, especially for those information. Why? Because if you are changing something, those information, they required some additional documentation for auditing purpose. Auditing means, suppose why you have changed, if you have changed this mobile number, so you should have a consent letter. That consent letter should be matched, and it should be go to the different level of approval process. So that level of activity you have to perform before changing your those information. Why that process comes into the picture? Maybe why? Because to avoid any incidents where he can lose his hard-code money. To protect your money, they have certain process where you need to, give some additional verification. So they added one specific verification process. So if you want to change that mobile number, so you should apply a application form, you should create a application form where you have to fill some information and you need to attach some documents, and they are performing that action. So if a bank valid bank person, if they are changing this particular information, so what is the previous value, who is performing that action, who is in which particular time you are performing that action, all those information has to be added in some of the place. Why? Suppose if we want to check like what is the previous message, previous mobile number, why, and even who has done that particular activity, to track that part. Because if suppose if one person is having some personal relationship with a bank member, and maybe they can compromise, and they can do some fraud activity, and they may change any candidate person. They can read, oh, Mr. Yogendra Chauhan, they are having 2 crore amount in his bank, so why we cannot take this benefit, and we can give some percentage of some of the bank member. And what they have to do, they have to update, or they have to edit this mobile number only, so that we can register this particular amount into any UPI or any banking domain place, and we can remove, or we can add some, or we can spend this amount to any other place. So to avoid those scenario, we have to add all those information into the auditing purpose, so that we can track who has done this activity. So this is one core example why auditing comes into the picture. Why? Because there are some different types of auditing we have to perform as part of financial year closing. So they have to check, hey, if you have changed something, so maybe if there is a fraud activity done for this particular account, so now they have to check here, like who has done this activity. Oh, this particular bank member, he has done this activity, so they will reach that particular, why you have changed this one. So I have received those documents, who has given that documents, check this time, particular time, logged in time, even the actual user is coming or not, they can check that CCTV camera, and that they can perform the respective action if he has done something wrong. That's why that particular process comes into the picture, and they can change, they can check. So if we have to enable, like what is the previous value, who changed it, what is the new value, all those information, if we want to enable in the CRM, we also have that flexibility to enable the auditing in Dynamics. But it will, because if we are enabling the auditing, it will store some information in the backend, maybe some of the tables. Suppose if we have to maintain the auditing for all the tables, so there are some positive scenario and there are some negative scenarios also. Okay, what are the negative scenario here? Why? What could be the here negative option or negative opportunity? Even if we have that benefit, like we have to, if we are storing some those auditing, what could be the negative things here if we are enabling? I have given some basic insight previously as well. If you have to enable the auditing for each and every record, suppose if we have in this particular bank, if we have, suppose, 5 crore accounts across all the globe, 5 crore customer across all the globe, and they have on daily transaction, maybe they are doing some different activity, they are raising some different request. So even in 5 crore record, if suppose monthly basis, if one person is doing 10 different activity, so how many times those information we have to store in the database. So in that tables we have approximate 50 crore record if they are performing any single level of changes. So this database activity, this particular table space is rapidly increasing. Why? Because we are storing, maybe they have this process to avoid any fraud, but there are some genuine activity they are doing to do this, fraud, to avoid any fraud activity. They have to perform some record, but they are storing those information in the backend, but they have to pay some additional amount. Why? Because this particular amount, this particular database capacity is increasing rapidly. If we have to maintain this one into the dynamic CRM, so I will tell you. So if we are utilizing D365 CRM database, so per GB per month cost comes into the picture. So 1 GB space cost, how much it is? Microsoft is charging approximate $35 per month, per month here. $35 per month per GB cost they are charging. So suppose if we have, suppose 100 GB, so how much the cost is? 100 GB multiply by 35. And if we are talking about the INR conversion, so here it is 95, 94 or 93, suppose 93. So how much it is? It is equivalent to 3,25,500 per month cost. And if it is moving rapidly, so it could be 200. So if it is 200, it is 6,51,000 per month cost. So what about yearly cost? 12 multiply by this one. So 78,000 per year cost to store this auditing. So what do you recommend here now? If you have 20 GB space, so you have to pay 78 lakh INR per year. So it is very costly, but they have to maintain it. If they have to maintain it, they have to pay it. So as part of our dynamic CRM expert, what is your recommendation in that case? So we can recommend like what is the necessary, only we have to enable only those fields, so that at least even if we are storing something, suppose if we are creating one record for one field changing, so even if we have out of, we have suppose 500 fields, we are enabling auditing only for 10 fields which are required. So we have that capability in dynamic CRM. So we can enable only selected field to reduce the this particular record count, because we have to analyze which one is required and which one we can enable and disable it, so that we can save this amount as well. Even we need this particular feature, but what is the drawback here? That database growth is rapidly increased if we are enabling this particular auditing. How to enable that auditing? That, so in column level we have seen that field. If we have enabled this particular field in the auditing, so if we are enabling this one, we can enable, it means that particular information will be stored at the database level. So if you have enabled this one, if you have enabled this one into the organization level, that this will comes into the picture. So in that manner you can even reduce the number. And how we can, if we want to see what is the auditing here, if we that auditing is enabled, we can see that auditing here in the related record. So here we have that option. Here we can see that auditing only if that auditing is enabled. So we have seen that message. So let's see if auditing is enabled or not. Correct. That's right. So here we can see that information. It will take some time sometimes, because if we have more data, because we are tracking all those information. So it will take some time. We are over the time today, but let's quickly complete this part. Okay, because here you are not able to see anything, because let's see if we can check that part. Administration, where is auditing? So here you can start auditing by checking here. Even you can control that particular auditing from here. Here how we have enabled in administration section auditing, and here we can enable start auditing. Log access, here you can see log whenever system is accessed. So here read access, and where we can here maintain all those log in the auditing setting. Here we can, this is the retention logic. We can, the default auditing setting here is forever. Here even we can take like 1 year, 2 year, 7 year, custom even, and even 30 days as well. Global auditing setting also we can change from here. Here we can check in the system setting as well. So start auditing, audit access, all those information even we can save from here also. Hope it's suppose save it. And now let's see if we want to change something here. Let's see, uh, and save it. Let's see if we can check, and see here audit is enabled here. And even we have that option, like we can enable the auditing at the across organization level, as well as even in the entity level also we can control that one. So even in the lead level, even we can enable that one, or we can disable also, where we can do various property. So from here even we can control, like we can enable the auditing, audit changes to its data. Here we can enable. So with the help of at entity level also we can control that one. So table to table wise also we have that flexibility. See, mobile number is updated, audit is enabled for this particular entity, and here you can see, and what level of information we can see here. See, the here this user logged in user is changed, the changing time, date and time, and here the table levels, entity levels, we have that information, and field, which field, what is the previous value and what is the new value, that is logged here in the audit tables. So we can even enable, we can disable the auditing. The purpose of that auditing, you understand everything. So I hope we already over the time. Do you have anything to discuss related to this auditing and security role? If you have anything, just let me know. Add your comment if you want to discuss something so that we can cover on Monday. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hope it's added something in your skill set. Thank you, everyone. Bye.